empty the checking account, and then I hit the mall, and there in the window was this sexy little outfit, and oh my gosh, I just had to have it. $1,500 for a leather bustier. I didn't care. It lifts and separates. Plus, it's not like I'm actually paying for it.
Introducing city identity theft.
Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Diana. It's like a ghost. Every day it taps into the cyber world, and every day it has access to you. Worse yet, it could even be you. According to the FTC, over 20,000 consumers a week have had their identity stolen or believe they are able to become victims in the US alone. What people don't seem to understand is that the internet world is just like any other community, so it's safe to assume that the cyber world would act as any natural community. It has entrepreneurs, vast corporations, small businesses, and even accountants preparing taxes in their little cyber offices. This also leaves room for cyber crime, as well as cyber criminals. With so many new users signing on every day, the cyber world has become like a tourist trap, a place where nameless and faceless con artists can easily work the crowds. Ghosts. Anybody can fall victim to a ghost. Identity theft is a white-collar crime. The first cases of white-collar identity theft started in the early 1990s over the telephone. Thieves would call unsuspecting people with the prospect of something free, discounted, or something that just seemed too good to be true. Also, thieves would pretend to be some kind of charity organization, soliciting funds on behalf of the said organization. The thieves would get the victim's name, address, and credit card information. The victims would not be aware until they get the bill that they had purchases that they were unacquainted of, or seen a copy of their credit report to find that they have been charged for something they did not even know about. At the same time these thieves were calling their potential victims, others were going through trash cans looking for mail, pictures, financial statements, receipts, and anything else that would give them access to financial records, or better able to assume their identity for monetary or personal use. It's still even going on today. No one is exempt from the possibility that they could be a victim. Identity theft has advanced so rapidly that government and law enforcement agencies have not been able to keep up with the new legislature. Many states still do not see identity theft as a crime. It is the victim who has to prove that the fraud exists. The judicial system that currently exists in this country states that anyone accused of a crime is innocent until proven guilty. This is not the case with identity theft victims. These people are considered guilty until they can prove their innocence. According to the FBI, the number of identity theft victims will increase by 500,000 to 700,000 each year. Identity theft increased by 79% from the year 2002 to 2003. The Identity Rehab's website states that every 79 seconds an identity is stolen in this country. The Bureau of Justice conducted a national crime victimization survey in 2004 with the following results. 3 in 10 households experienced identity theft discovered they were victims by missing money or unknown account charges. Approximately 2/3 of households experiencing identity theft reported some type of monetary loss. A more recent survey noted by the Identity Rehab site found that 85% of identity theft victims found out when they were denied credit. It's also reported that 28% of identity theft was due to a lost or stolen credit card. The FBI has estimated that the average person takes 12 months to realize that they have been victimized by identity theft, and then another 175 hours to clear their name. According to the FTC, it costs victims an average of $1,500 just to restore their good name. The average victim sustains a loss of $1,200, and 1 in 5 people lose over $5,000. The average business loses over $10,000. A recent survey conducted by insurance companies found that 30% of identity theft crime occurred on the internet. Identity theft is the fastest growing white-collar crime in the United States today. But unfortunately, the average arrest rate is under 5%, making this one of the least convicted crimes, according to Who Stole My Identity. However, there are ways to protect yourself against identity theft, such as Not replying to any message that seems too good to be true, such as messages you receive in your spam box about vacations and free getaways or free money. Don't give personal information over the internet. If the company is legitimate, they will already have your information. Use antivirus and antivirus softwares such as Firewall and update them often. Do not email personal or financial information unless it's on a secured site. Review your credit card statements every month to make sure you're the only one that's using them. And be cautious of opening any attachments or loading any files regardless to who sent them to you. Obtain a credit report from all 3 credit bureaus, Equifax.com, Experian.com, and TransUnion.com, and place a fraud alert on your credit file. All 3 will be sent to you free of charge. Get creditor documentation. Have in writing that they are aware of identity theft, also that they have closed the account. Make a police report if you are a victim and an ID theft affidavit. Keep copies of everything. Write down who and when you talked to them and what was said. Nobody is really truly safe because our personal information is distributed like candy on Halloween. We use our social security numbers as identification numbers. Credit card numbers are printed on every receipt, and our license number is used on a daily basis. Despite this, there are ways to prevent yourself from falling victim to identity theft. You see, criminals like easy prey. They don't want to have to work for it. It's like locking your car at the mall. Make sure you lock it, but someone might break in anyway. Chances are, if your doors are locked, they'll probably move on to another car.
That was 7